What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I've got a pretty sick comp for you guys today. It was the beta Boulder Blast in Flagstaff, Arizona, and yeah, it was really sick, so let's just hop straight into the qualifying round. Alright, so starting off on boulder number 1, this one was probably like the second easiest one of the round. Started off in these nice pinches and some slopers, and this middle move right here, it was the crux for sure, because you had to go from like this one slopey sloper to another one, and it kind of just read that part wrong. Like here on the second try, I tried with the toe hook, but it was like super spanned out. And then after a few more minutes, I saw someone do this foot first beta, where you get your feet out to the little foot chips, and I don't know why I didn't try that sooner, because it was like super obvious and made the climb super easy. Second one, it was just this like super chill crimp line on some really good crimps, but like I almost dropped the top because it's like this weirdly positioned sloper with some super high feet, but I managed to find this like right heel hook which kept me into the wall. Third one was this cool orange slopey one where you had to do this like move out to the right to a big sloper, and then you had to do this kind of like paddle, and then into a crimp, and then like a super sideways sloper, which was the zone for this climb. And then the move after that was like pretty hard because the right foot orange sloper was super bad, and also the right hand orange sloper was also pretty bad. I also tried just going straight to the top from the zone, but I would have had to like use a lot of power. But eventually I saw someone do this beta where they like grab the corner of the volume and then bump up to the hold, which looked a lot easier, and that helped me get the send. On to number 4, which was this red slab. This one is actually really fun. Even though it felt kind of easy, you had to do this like start on one side of the wall and like cross over to the other side, and then you can't really see the feet here at all, but it was like some small dual tex feet and like a crimp on the bottom side of a volume to stand on. It was pretty chill. And then you go into this cheetah jug, and then you got to do this like stand up into a heel hook press move. And here's the second slab, this black one. I probably should have flashed this one, but as you can see, like right here on the stand-up move, I was like a millimeter of off balance. It was just like slightly off balance, and yeah, blew the flash there. But you know, I got it second go, made sure to balance it a little bit better, and then like the finish was actually the hardest because you had to like, I was trying to match it without the screw holds at first, but then like yeah, you had to use the screw hold. Number 6 was really fun. It was supposed to be like a paddle to a jug, but I was able to break it with this left toe hook here and just go up to the jug. Then you go into another jug, and then it's just a few small crimps to the top. On to number 7. This one was one of the 2 hardest ones of the round. This one is probably the easier one of the harder ones though, because it had like 3 tops, I think. You had to do this cool foot first move and then campus into a crimp, and on my first attempt I just like punched the blocker hold. And then after that I tried going to the zone, but the zone is like super hard to get to because it was like angled down almost, or like vertical, and there's no foot, and the wall here is like dual tex, so kind of sucks. But I tried jumping to the crimps after, but I thought the crimps were a lot better than they actually were, so that beta didn't end up working and I ran out of attempts. Moving on to number 8, the last qualifier of the round. It's this like super long in the 90-degree cave. It's like basically a route. And it had this like cool sequence where you had to like do these toe hook catches and then come over to like a foot jam, which was pretty sick. And it was like super pumpy though, because only one person got this, and it had like these super small crimps at the top. But like my last go, I got super close, but I just like couldn't get the foot and the drop knee super locked in enough, and it came off. Qualified in 4th place, and here's my score sheet so you can see all my attempts and tops and stuff. But yeah, now it's time for finals, and you know, we all came out and then we got to review the climbs. We got 1 minute per climb. Started out on this yellow slab here, and it had this like kind of hard stand up because I couldn't like reach around this volume here, and you had to get this like high right foot, which I could like barely do. It felt a little insecure there, and then you had to do this like stand up into the yellow super sloper. And then when reading the climb, I didn't actually read that the zone was a jug, so I kind of went to it like it was all the other slopers, and yeah, that dropped me off. And then I kind of started to go backwards because I think I was getting a little too excited because I knew I could send it. And then on this attempt, I just kind of missed the jug and like slid down because I hit it too high. But you know, it took a second to calm down. I brushed the climb, and I knew this is the one where I was gonna send because I had the beta dialed. And this crowd was also just insane. Like, there wasn't a crazy amount of people in here, but it was just so loud, so just listen. And yeah, I managed to get the send of that one, so really happy with that. Yeah, I came out to my second route, brushed all the holds. Make sure you always brush your holds before you climb. And yeah, I had a pretty hard first move. It was this big move out to this big pinch, which was pretty hard to stick, took a lot of power. And then I made sure to get the low zone right away. That way I had the points on the board. And then I had to get this like toe hook in. And we actually, like, we all read the climbs together, but we like all read the climbs wrong. We read it as like this toe hook walkover, I guess. But like getting up there, that just was not possible because there's like you can't really see it, but I'll put an arrow to it. There's like a volume with the crimp on it. That would have just been impossible to toe hook. But yeah, I tried to match it into the low zone. This would have been like insane if anyone could do it. And then this is my last attempt. I waited down the clock because this comp was 4 minutes plus, so you could stay on the climb past the time as long as you got on before the time went out. But I was just gassed and I just couldn't hold the move anymore. Coming out to number 3, it had this really cool start where you had like a toe hook and then big move up to a crimp, and you gotta like cross under into another pretty good one, and then you have to go out right hand to this like decent flat hold macro. But then this is where my height kind of cooked me because I was like just too short to reach the right foot out to the little foot chip on the volume, and you like can't go dynamically off the flat hold, so I was kind of cooked. I I tried this beta here where I like pinched the starting foothold and the big macro for the foot and tried to like go pop left hand into it, and I almost stuck that, but it just wasn't enough because the flat hold was pretty bad going dynamically off of it. And yeah, I didn't get anywhere on this one. Moving on to the last one, I had this cool like undercling start and then up to this like big slopey boomerang hold from Cheetah, and I kind of broke the start by doing a heel hook on the start and then going left hand out to the low zone, which I was happy to get that, but I couldn't like flip the toe into a toe hook, so came off there. And that's when I realized it was like a jump to a toe hook catch, but like almost held it that attempt, but I just slipped out because I couldn't like hit the toe hook catch just right. Part of it was probably because I've never really practiced this move a lot because they don't really set it a lot where I train, and I'm also just a little bit too short for this move. I feel like if I was a little bit taller, the move would definitely be a little easier, and I got a little close a few times. But yeah, finished the comp in 4th. Hope you guys enjoyed watching me climbing my first like real boulder finals. So yeah, more videos coming out soon. Please leave a like and subscribe.